It's not working. Hey, look at that, it's working. If anybody's watching, I'm just doing some testing here, testing out an app called Rumble Studio that allows me to stream to 4 places at once: Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. Hopefully, let me just check it. Let me see if the, oh, that's weird. Still working. That's weird. Again, sorry for the weirdness here. I'm trying to figure out how to get this to work. Okay, let's see if that works. All right. Let's see if the audio works. You might hear a double here for a second. All right, looks like the audio is working. All right. So I hope this overview here is okay. I don't think I can change the view on the camera. I might have to change the setting on where I have the camera. But hopefully this will do. All right, so I'm gonna do some inking today. Gonna ink some, ink a dragon. This is for my March of Dragons drawing challenge that I did last year and I'm doing this year. I set up some prompts for people. And the idea is to do 31 dragons in 31 days. I don't know that I'll make it, but I'll give it a shot. All right, here we go. Every once in a while I'm going to have to check my video to make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong. And you can see what I'm doing. It looks okay. It's okay. Trying to find. Okay. So if you're on Twitch or Twitter, X, I don't know if you're gonna be able to chat with me if you're there at all. But I'll do my best to respond to any messages I get. I doubt we'll get any today. Like I said, I'm just testing out an app called Rumble Studio that allows me to, I know I've said this before, but I'm just repeating it. allows me to stream to 4 different places at once. That sounded pretty cool to me because I'm a lazy guy. So I'm streaming to, and I got my desktop monitor right here. I can see. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Streaming to X, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble simultaneously. That's pretty cool. It's super simple to set up. That was the other factor in getting me to try out this app. Streams right from your phone. You gotta have a Rumble account to do it. Rumble is a YouTube competitor that I've been hearing good things about in terms of like payouts and stuff for streamers and video folks. That makes me sound old, folks, right? Whatever. So it looks like the angle's pretty good. Looks like it's okay. You can see what's going on. I got some music playing. I apologize for the generic sound of it, but it's copyright-free music from YouTube that I'm streaming. Just so there's something going on when there's dead air. If there's ever dead air here, so people know that there's still a stream going on. I think in the past that's been a problem for me. When I'd stream and there would be dead air and people would come on and not hear anything and just they'd see a blank screen and think, well, he's not streaming. I guess I was wrong. I'd like to do more streams. I got a new setup. I don't know if some people who've seen me before might notice this, but I moved away from my typical drawing table, and I'm actually working on more of a sort of a work table. I got a big drawing and cutting that down on now. I actually like it better. I didn't grow up drawing on drawing tables, and I never liked working on one. This works really good. This works really well for me, especially now that my eyesight's going. As some of you know, I had a little trouble with the eyesight because of a brain tumor sitting on my optic nerve. It's been removed, and it's much better, but I got to lean down pretty close to the paper now to see it. Luckily, my head isn't getting in the way too much, I don't think. Anyway, the music that I have, like I said, it's copyright free, so it's able to be played. Not worry about getting content strikes on any of the streaming platforms. At least that's the idea. But that also means that it's terribly generic. Looks like my head's getting in the way a little bit, so let me just fix the camera angle here a little bit. Let's see if that's better. For these streams, if I keep doing this, which I really, really want to, it will be 1 o'clock, probably Wednesdays. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. My wife is home, working from home on Mondays and Fridays, so I don't want to do it then because I don't want to screw up the internet for her when she's doing Zoom calls with important people. She has a real job. And instead of having like special streams where I draw, important stuff or specific stuff, I figured I just jump on and work on whatever I'm working on. Maybe sometimes I'll do, themed things. And I'll also have I'll also do streams with my iPad because I work in Procreate pretty exclusively. The only time I really ever touch paper these days is when I know I can sell something. And I know I can sell some of these dragon pieces, so that's why I'm doing it this way. But I work in Procreate. I've got what's called a Sketchboard Pro, where the Procreate sits in here at kind of an angle, and I've done a couple of camera tests to see that you can see it very, very well. That was always a worry for me. And so I make all my comics in Procreate, so hopefully I'll be able to show some of my comic making techniques in Procreate. And I'd also kind of like to do some stuff, and this would be where the special stuff comes in, because I'm not a real animator or professional animator, just a hobbyist, but I'd like to do some things in Procreate Dreams, the new animation app from Procreate, and show people how I use that, because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Looks like I can't tell if there are any people on. So I don't know if I have any people watching on YouTube. I've got some views on X. Not sure about Twitch. Nobody on Rumble. That's okay. That's okay. Day one. I'm not really here for that. Ooh. Boy, I'm stupid. Let me see if this helps. Does this help? It helps me. A little more light. Let me see what it does. It's kind of bright. You might be able to see it a little better. I don't know. It sure helps me. Is it too bright? I don't think it's too bright. If I had people in the chat, I'd know. Maybe next time, right? When it comes to music, you're gonna have to deal with my tastes. So you're gonna get stuff that sounds sort of like rock and 80s, 90s alternative, maybe some jazz, maybe some piano, because I like that stuff. You're not gonna hear any hip hop, country. It's just not my style. Let me just switch over here to pencil real quick. So the theme, the prompt for today's dragon was brood, and I guess you can code two different ways for the word brood. I went for the more familial way. Got a family of kind of goober-looking dragons here. I keep looking up to see if there's anybody in the chat. When I do live streams, I used to do live streams a lot back in the 2010s, almost nightly, honestly, because I was living off of commissions, and so I'd live stream every commission I did, and I pretty much did a live stream almost every day. And I kind of got away from that. It was harder to do once I met the woman who would become my wife. I didn't want to leave her hanging, you know. It's just harder to do live streams. You've got somebody you want to spend time with. Isn't that weird? Get back to the inking part. Oh, I'm going to use this one for this. So these live streams will probably last about an hour. Go between 1 and 2 Central. Then I'll get back to working off the stream. Hopefully I can, when I'm doing stuff like this, hopefully I can get the whole thing done during the stream. We'll see. It's always more fun to see a whole piece being done. Huh. I don't know how to view the chat for Twitch, so if anybody happens to be chatting at me on Twitch, I apologize. I'll have to look into that. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this. I don't think I've ever even streamed on Twitch. I might have. But Rumble Studio, once I figure out how to do it, man, it's so easy to set up and do this. So I will definitely do it again. a little bit. I think it's a little skew. There, it's more centered, I think. Again, still trying to figure this out, so bear with me. It's a little better, I guess. Wait 1 second. I always got to keep wipes on hand for my pinky fingers. It's always a good idea. Get out of the way again. Make sure I don't have the camera here. Sorry. It's a little better, but my head's in the way, huh? I just can't get that angle right. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try that. It's a little too far. Jeez. That's a little better. Again, head's in the way. Really got to figure this out. I might have to lower the. Well, you don't want to hear about this, but I got it on kind of an armature thing here. I have to just lower it physically. whenever I do a live stream, when I'm actually inking something on paper, I'm reminded of something my uncle once said when he watched one of my streams. He was like, I can't believe how much you turn the paper. And I didn't realize I did until he said it. But now it's all I think about when I'm doing that. Because I don't really think about it either. It probably comes from being working so much digitally where I can just rotate things really easily. I don't even think about that either. I just do it. But I do tend to rotate the paper a lot. I'm sorry if that's giving some of you vertigo. I'm making you nauseous while I'm turning, but it is what it is. Looks like I might just finish in time. About 40 minutes in right now. We're gonna go about an hour. So to answer an inevitable question some people might have, I use Sakura brush pens. I use 3 different sizes, a BB, which is the big one, an MB, which is medium, and the FB, which is the fine tip. And I use color erase blue pencils for sketching when I have to. Sometimes I use micron pens, and what is this? Mr. Pen. Ooh, that was open. Let's see if it still works. Check on that. White gel pen for certain white areas. This piece, as all pieces I do, was sketched in Procreate, and then I print it to blue line. Print it to blue line, and then I ink over it. And the reason I do that is because I know I can sell this piece. Well, I think I can sell this piece. Some pieces whenever there's a piece I think I can sell, I'll actually ink on paper. That usually means it's fan art of some kind, but sometimes these dragon pieces do sell. So I do that. But for comic book work, I rarely ink on paper. It's all digital inks. If I do ink, it's usually, again, for the purposes of selling the final page. You know, some comic artists I don't understand why I don't sell the original comic artwork. I don't. I don't tend to romanticize original artwork in a way that makes me like hold on to it. So if I can sell it, I sell it. I mean, isn't that kind of the point of trying to go pro, is to get people to buy your work? So I don't really have any of my own original artwork lying around. Any original artwork I do have is just stuff that hasn't sold yet. No, I don't tend to fetishize or romanticize my own work. I get it out of my head and then I move on. I think that's actually healthy. I don't think it's healthy to have an attachment to your own work. But, you know, to each their own. And you know, part of the reason that is that, like, if you know, I've seen artists who hang their own work up like in their studio, and I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you have your past work staring at you? It just feels like it would just encourage second guessing things, or, you know, letting yourself get too attached to something and not have any sense of forward momentum. I have a few things of my own up on my wall. I think three things on my wall. The rest of it's covered with posters. Three things of my own. That's it. Those are things that, like, they mean a lot to me. One is the cover of Star Wars Adventures 8 that I did. The other is an oddly normal piece that was a promotional piece, but it sort of reminds me, hey, get back to work on the comic. And the other is my best-selling print, which is it's an image of a guy going to the bathroom and death is staring at him at a nearby urinal. And that was literally just like a warm-up piece I did one night on a live stream, and it ended up being my best-selling print. And I kind of keep it there in some way to sort of, I keep it up my wall to remain humble, because it's like, you never know what people will like. Because I honestly did not think that thing would be my best-selling print. I did it so fast and such a rush job. Again, you never know. And I'm thrilled that people like it. I get people sending photos of it with hanging in their bathroom. And that's great. That's exactly where it belongs. So with the pieces of ink, I'm just sort of touching things up now to get it where I want it to be. I'll give you a better look at this when I'm finished. Just switch things up a little bit. Almost done. Just got to do a couple more touch-ups here. All right. Looks like we're all done. Let's sign this thing and get out of here. Oops, that's the wrong one. Let's use the right tab. All right. Get the phone down here. You can get a good look at it. Mama Dragon and her brood for the brood prompt. All right, that's the stream for today. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with another dragon. Thanks for watching. See you later.